This is a 4-part series on EVAP.
We have a code P0449 that says the canister vent valve has low voltage. Now this Yukon, the spare tire is down on it here, and the canister vent valve is actually located above it. So you're going to have to remove your spare tire. Now we've got our spare tire out of the way. The car's up in the air so we can see, and you can see our canister, charcoal canister, is located up here. Now there's a lot involved here, so let me show you what we're looking at. Now this is the canister vent solenoid. So when we concentrate on this, you'll see it's just a 2-pin connector. 2-pin means positive and negative, or battery and ground, which means open or close. This is just an electric solenoid in here. It either opens or closes. So all we've got is 2 pins. Now let's look at the one up here. Now our canister vent solenoid is up here. I'm going to pop that out of there and bring it down here where we can see it. Now this is just a 2-wire connector. The first thing I want to do is pop this off. So I want to verify that I have power and ground. I'm going to use my power probe and back probe 1 wire. I have nothing, but on the other one, I have my power. So let's use the scanner now and act as the computer. I've got the scanner set up on my EVAP solenoid closed. There's everything up here. I'm going to customize this so that we only see what we want. Deselect it all. I'm going to select my EVAP vent solenoid command. I select that. So that's the only one that you're seeing. Now also you can see that it says venting. I'm going to convert that just to a graph so that you can see it better. Now I can command it open or closed here. So if I actually back probe my ground connection and hold that, and then I close the solenoid, you can see now it operated. Now we're venting. Open it, close it. So my computer's working. My computer is telling this solenoid to open and close, but is it doing it? So we're going to plug this back in. We're plugged back in. Now I'm going to use the same thing, but this is just an electric solenoid. You should be able to put your fingers on here and hold it and feel it click or even hear it. So I'm going to command it closed. You can see the command, but I didn't feel or hear anything. Command it back open. No noise, no feeling. Now let's see what a known good one does. So I'm going to unconnect this. Now I've got my connector unconnected, and I've got my new solenoid. Now notice when you go to connect this, they're different connectors. So when you go to buy a new solenoid, you have to buy this little wire harness converter as well. It's a separate part number, but it just plugs in there and locks. And now this then will plug in here. Now I'm just going to hold this, and I'm going to command it closed. You can see it closed. Now you can't tell this on the video, but I could feel it click, and I could hear it go thunk. So we command it open and close. I don't know if you can hear that in the video, but I can hear it clunk, and I can feel it. So our commander is now commanding it on, and it is responding. So our vent canister is truly bad. That's why we have a canister vent voltage fault code. So what we got to do is change this. Now we've got to change the canister vent solenoid. I want you to notice this is the old one, and the new one looks a little bit different. We've still got this hose coming out here, but not up here. It comes around the back side instead. It'll still work, it's just been modified. Now you can see here these are crimped on there. They're not made to come off like this one, but this one we can actually take off to get it out of our way. Push it in, squeeze these tabs, And this one should pop out of our way. Now we want to change this back one. There's a little clip to push. Now we can pull this one out. The part that goes to the canister has a different clip style. It's still a push-on clip, but basically you push on here and it spreads it, and then you can pop it off. So you see on the new one we've got the same thing. We can push on this and it should release it, so it should clip on there. Okay, so when we take the old one out, it's going to come with the bracket. The new one's going to have a different bracket, so you're going to have to change a bracket that goes up over the top so that it'll hold right in the right place. Then you can route the front hose over here, and then it just snaps in right there on the front side. Now our electrical, remember that new pigtail you had to get? It should just snap right in there. And then we've got a clip to hold it up out of the way. Now this other hose runs up here, and if you see, it goes all the way up to the gas tank where you put your gas in. Now this just really pops out of there. This is going to be held on with a couple of plastic tie strips, but that just pops out of there. And then we just take it out. Now, if you look at the end of this, this is just a filter, but the new one has a completely different looking one. But that's okay, that's just the new design. Now this tube is attached to our canister vent. We just need to go up and over the frame rail. And it just routes up here. Now this other vent just needs to stick up here high up. There's nothing really to attach it to, so we're going to use our plastic ties and just connect that right there, and then also one up higher. So we've got it clipped right there so it'll stay in place, and I'm going to put a plastic tie around here as well. Okay, now we've got the new one all mounted on. I'm going to actually put my hand on the solenoid so I can feel if it clicks. It should, because it did before. And I'm going to go to the EVAP solenoid canister. Now this time, instead of customizing it, if you look right here, EVAP solenoid command, it says it's venting. When I close it, it should say non-venting, and I should feel the click. And I did. Non-venting, and it clicked. Open it, clicked again. So now the new canister EVAP solenoid is working correctly. So read your code. Let that code steer you towards the type of problem you have. It may be a leak. It's even possible the leak could have been in some of these hoses or fittings. But our code indicated that it was an electrical fault. We proved the electrical fault, so we've changed it. Now we've got the electrical fault fixed. So once again, find your evidence and let the evidence lead you to the problem.